So I did some reading today. Apparently, that Rothschild Investment Corporation that Bobby Piton used to work at for a number of years, 17 was it? I'm not sure. I don't remember. But he said that it has nothing to do with the family Rothschild. Well, that's not what I found out. So maybe he could explain this. And I live in his state. So, and he silenced me. I know I've said this before, but this is important. This is what we have to do. Because these charlatans will come up and they will say that they're on this side of something and they're not, because they have to be loyal to the Rothschilds. And the Rothschilds are just, they control our politicians, everything. So I went on the website of the place Bobby used to work at, and because he said it's owned by Karger, who's the CEO, Richard Karger. Well, Richard Karger founded it in 1976 and named it Rothschild. Isn't that just a little odd? He founded it and named it after Rothschild. It doesn't explain why he named it Rothschild, but this probably would explain it. Prior to founding the Rothschild Investment Corporation, he worked for a place called Brown Brothers Harriman. They're the largest investment banking in the United States. He was an investment officer there. The Brown Brothers Harriman Investment Company is funded by the Rothschild banking system. So, and the Brown Brothers Harriman are behind many of our elected officials. Brown Brothers Harriman is the oldest and largest private investment bank and securities firm in the United States, founded in 1818. USA Today found that the New York Merchant Bank of James and William Brown, currently known as Brown Brothers Harriman, owned hundreds of enslaved Africans and financed the cotton economy. They also were behind many of the politicians. They have much influence in Washington, such as being behind Prescott Bush. Bobby has gone after the Bushes a lot, which, you know, your George Bushes. So did he work at this firm and then he decided to become a patriot? He worked there 17 years and then became a patriot? That's possible. It is. But then why would you silence somebody for asking about it? Because see, if you're on the right side of it, you don't silence people. I know it seems like I'm just going overboard with it, but we can't do that anymore. We have to speak up to this stuff because this is the values of our country. Our country was founded on the values of freedom of speech, of being able to ask, not just ask, but demand our officials to explain things. So maybe Bobby Piton could explain why he says that company had nothing to do with the Rothschilds. It most certainly had to have. Because why did Karger name it Rothschild? These are not hard questions. They really aren't. But this is what charlatans do. Because those Rothschilds have their loyal minions that are going to do whatever they have to protect them. Like I said, it's the mob. It's not like you get out when you feel like it. They just tell you, you have to go do this because we took care of you all these years and you had a good life and you made a lot of money, so now you're going to have to do some work for us. That's really what it is. Why would Karger, he founded an investment company in Chicago in 1908, an investment company, as I've said, that made it through the Great Depression. And yet I also found, while looking into all this, the Brown Brothers Harriman Investment Corporation, that some stuff back from like 1923 articles where they said that the Rothschilds thrived during the Great Depression. Like I said, so how is it that investment company, if it didn't have any ties to the Rothschilds, managed to make it through too? The one that Bobby worked at. It doesn't add up. None of it adds up. And yet he silences Americans for asking questions. So maybe he could answer some of that, because it looks to me as if that company he worked at for 17 years Maybe he didn't realize that it was founded by someone that came from Brown Brothers Harriman. And Brown Brothers Harriman, the largest investment banking system, is funded by the Rothschild bankers. Can Bobby explain that? Because I know everybody just would say I'm trying to attack him. No, I live in Illinois, so I have a right to ask questions. So when you silence me, you better bet I'm going to get even damn louder.